Hey, what's going on, man? Y'all know what time it is, man. It's a little early, but we gonna give y'all some thoughts on some breaking news, man, right quick. And with the trade deadline coming up, we're gonna give y'all a couple of names to think about going forward. But before we get into that, man, tell the people what's up, and then we're gonna do the dopest intro in the game.
You already know, man, what it do. Hello to you, you, and you. Welcome back to the show that's cooler and fly too, man. It's A1 Forever Sports. It's 95 North Sports Machine, man. Right now, we are the A1 North Sports Machine, Forever Machine. Hey, man,
Hey,
we
we're gonna
here,
come up
man.
with a name.
We're going to
We're gonna
figure
come
it out. We're going to figure it out. So, it's a lot to put in there. Be
Good
right back.
morning, good morning. By the way, man, I don't want to be rude. Good morning. Um, but like you said, we'll be right back because we got to do that dope intro right quick.
Oh, yeah, man.
And you were
Hey, man,
jamming, wasn't
hey man, hey that music right there is a joyous occasion every time, but unfortunately, what
you?
we're
Right.
about to talk about is not too joyous, man. As you know,
Yeah, yeah, it ain't too joyous, man. But
man.
we can't control what happened because injuries are a part of the game. But
Yes,
as I look at it, man, y'all already heard the news, and we just here to give our quick thoughts on it. Um, Agent Grady Jarrett is out for the year with a torn ACL, and to
yeah,
be honest, I didn't even see the play. I just noticed he wasn't on the field. And going forward, what does that mean for the Falcons? It could mean a lot of things.
right.
But before we get into that, man, tell me right quick what you think about the injury. And y'all in the chat, y'all can follow along as well.
Well, like you, Smitty, I didn't see the play where he was even injured, but it definitely happened so early because he was off the field. Like it seemed like after like the first series, I think. I don't know, like he was like off the field. But anyway, man, devastating injury to the heart and soul of the Atlanta Falcons, the heartbeat, a man who embodies work ethic, a man who is a leader from the jump since we drafted
Right.
him in 2015, coming from the Clemson Tigers. Also, you know what I'm saying, son of Falcons legend Jesse Tuggle. You know, the man has a motor. The man has embodied everything of Atlanta. He's taken on Atlanta and put it on his back, wore it, you know what I'm saying, worn the city on his back. I really hate it for Grady Jarrett. A lot of his best years, unfortunately, not going to the playoffs. Close to 5, 6 straight seasons, not going to the
Right.
playoffs. So, you know, just that production and everything. And more than importantly, you're going to miss that locker room presence. You're going to miss that guy that's on the field encouraging you and on the sideline telling guys what to do, what to be in the places. So it's going to be a big loss. And the Falcons, they have an uphill battle in the locker room and on the field to overcome.
Right.
I don't know what to really say as far as like for rotational pieces, how they're gonna like make up for Grady Jarrett. I know Lakel London, he came in and he was holding his own. So he's definitely a hungry player anyway. So he's definitely going to be in there. But London is no Jarrett. Okay,
Nope.
so no player is no Grady Jarrett, and the loss of Grady Jarrett at this juncture, you know, being first place, halfway through the season, it's just terrible, man. It's awful. I hate
Right.
it for the guy. Wish him a speedy, extra speedy recovery, coming back stronger than ever, in a Falcons uniform. The thing that just worries me, you know, he is 30 years of age. And you know how they do. You know how they do in football, man. It's NFL and it's not for long. So we'll
Yeah,
see
but
how
like I always say about defensive linemen, they just built different.
they
Because if
are.
you look at two of the best defensive linemen to ever play, Reggie White and Bruce Smith played till they were 40. So
Indeed,
the defensive line, they just got a different mentality. Even Calais Campbell, 37 years old. So
indeed.
I think Grady Jarrett has more time, but it's up to him how long he wants to play. His dad
There
played for 13 seasons with the Falcons, so I think he'll probably be in that same range
you
going
go.
forward. But the way I look at it with the inside where Grady played, I think now you have to definitely think about putting Calais Campbell right there.
Yep.
And to be
I was
honest,
thinking.
That's
Man.
that is his best bet to stay on the inside because one, he's a solid run stopper, and two, it gives other guys a chance to come in. And one person that's going to get a definite more playing time is Zach Harrison, and he's been getting a lot of playing time the last couple of weeks anyway. So now with this injury, you're going to need a bigger 4-3. I'm sorry, 3-4 end. A guy that's 6'5", 275, 280 to play that edge, and he's played well.
Right.
But I think they're gonna have to make some change. You talk about Taquan Graham, who's
Yep.
finally getting back into the rotation. You look at like you said, Lakel London, even Timmy Horn might get more snaps. So going forward,
Definitely gonna
man,
be room for opportunity.
they definitely got to add size up front, and now more than ever, they need a space eater because guess what? Calais Campbell is going to need that to maneuver around and hit those run lanes and hit those pass rush
And
lanes
it's not. Yeah.
going forward. And two, I'm looking at their pass rush. We've talked about Montez Sweat for the last couple of days, and like I said in the previous video, I think now more than ever, Montez Sweat is going to be important if they go get him. Because as I look at it, they don't have a guy on that pass rush unit that offensive coordinator is just going to stay up all night preparing for. So now,
Especially with Grady Jarrett now going too.
right, another pass rusher. So as I look at it, Montez Sweat, he will add a lot to this defense. And to be honest, a solidified pass rusher is the only way they're going to hold this defense together. And there's no knock to any of those guys, Lakel London and Timmy Horn, but Grady Jarrett is just a different type animal. Let's just be honest about it. So when you lose that type talent, how in the world can you not replace talent with talent? That's all I'm saying. So going forward, talk about Montez Sweat. Got 34 and a half sacks his first 3 years in the league. Well, his first 4 years in the league. So that's a solid number for an edge rusher. And we talked about it a little bit off air, but I'll let you get into it. But Montez Sweat is one guy we're going to be looking at. Could you give us somebody else that you would be looking at?
Well, shoot, man, you know, I already know we're high on Montez Sweat. That's another Georgia guy, just like Grady, being from Conyers. Montez, he's from Stone Mountain, went to Stevenson. So in his career, he has 35 and a half sacks, 120 solo tackles, 9 forced fumbles. And this year, he has already 6.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 21 solo. Go ahead and bring that down here to Atlanta and sign me up ASAP. Because he also has Forever 404 or 404 or something like that. I read somewhere on his profile as well. So it seems like the man is interested as well. We're interested. He's interested. Let's just go ahead and just do business, shake on it, and bring him on down here. Why not? Because that's the guy that I really want. But if it's another guy that we spoke about before, and I know it's kind of complicated with him, but also Carl Lawson from the Jets has been brought up as well. And his contract is like about $1 million, I think, base salary. It would be very cheap. And guess what? That's another guy from Georgia, Alpharetta to be exact. So in his career, he has 27 sacks, 3 forced fumbles. I know he's a little undersized and also really doesn't fit the scheme of what Ryan Nielsen likes to do. But it's still another guy who can get after the quarterback, a guy who is disgruntled with his role up there in New York. So it's just another guy that you can really bring in because you're going to be looking for pass rush. You're going to be looking for space eaters. And you need extra players, man. Of course, you know, Chase Young has been brought up as well, too. So it's a few guys out there, man.
Yeah, and as I look at Chase Young, he's probably number 2 to me. And like I said in that video I done, I think those two, it can't miss because one, they're both young. 2, they're both prototypical physical and fast athletes. So as I look at it, man, those 2 would probably be my target. Danielle Hunter leads the league in sacks right now. I'm not going to throw him all the way out the window, but as I look at it with age and the price is keep going up, Danielle Hunter is probably going to outbid himself. So with the Vikings coming in next week, we definitely going to get a taste of what Danielle Hunter could bring. But as we look at to tomorrow, to the trade deadline, which we're going to do a special on tomorrow, I think Montez Sweat or Chase Young or bust. And there's no knock because I even threw out Josh Uche from the New England Patriots. He's
Indeed.
another guy that I would, think about looking at. One, he hasn't started. He started, I think, 3 games in his 3 years, but he's mainly been a rotational piece. And as a rotational piece last year, he got 11 and a half sacks, which was a very good number for a rotational guy. So think
Mhm.
about adding a guy like that to a rotation that's already kind of deep, but it's not deep enough because you can never have too many pass rushes.
Never can have too many pass rushers. So that's man. Okay, let me give you a scenario. Now I know the money may have something to do with this to kind of block it, but it's just interesting
Right.
to talk about. Getting Montez Sweat and possibly another pass rusher, maybe like a Carl Lawson. Like I said, that it's only 1 mil. His contract is 1 mil. That's it, and then he's an unrestricted free agent next year. So that's just what if we can get 2 pass rushers at the same time? Like, can you think that could be a possibility? Not even if it's Lawson, even if we do was to get Sweat and then possibly like a little small pass rusher to help at the same time.
Oh,
Do
I
you
get
think
what you're
that's
saying.
possible?
I get what you're saying. But shout out to Kristen Lewis, man. She said no, Grady's out. I'm late on the live. Yeah, he's out, man, for the season. I forgot to
Yes,
shout out the chat, man. My apologies. I'm just moving
always.
too fast this morning. Jordan Furlow, Marina, Eric Parker, Brian, Ghost Peppers, Dre Murphy,
Ghost
ATL
pepper.
supporter. What's up, my guy? Russell
Hey.
Goodwin. William Amy cooking them chicken wings this morning. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, but thank y'all for tuning in, man, to this little midday quick thoughts on the Grady Jarrett injury. But
We have another
one
one down here too. Another comment about I think in Dominic Sue here.
oh, okay, okay, yeah, Dominican Sue, yeah, he getting up there. He 37
Uh,
years old.
Definitely getting up there.
So he probably still has something left in the tank, but he's probably gonna want a little bit too much money, and the money that you spend for him, you can go out and get a Carl Lawson or somebody else. But I get what you're saying about picking up 2 pass rushers because, like I said, we need depth. But
Hmm.
now that I look at it, shout out to Alberto because we talked about this morning. You look at defensive tackle as well now since Grady's gone.
Yeah,
So
we do.
as I look at it, yeah, I would still go out to Montez Sweat, but I'm calling New England because they 2-6, and we know Belichick will sell the farm
He
for a
will.
pack of Skittles and a Coca-Cola. And
Talking about diet coke
Chris,
at that.
right, Christian Barmore and Godcho are 2 defensive tackles that I think can come in and make an immediate impact. Because I look at both of these guys, man. Both of these guys are solid run stoppers. They're solid pass rushers, and like I said with Calais Campbell, they can move up and down the line. So you can bring in with a versatile defensive lineman, you can have so many combinations. And when you find that right combination that clicks, hey, it's gonna be open season on quarterbacks. So yeah, Montez Sweat and maybe one of those defensive tackles from New England, I would definitely think about it because at the end of the day, we need depth at that position because Timmy Horn,
Yeah.
Laquel London,
Hmm.
they're young, man. Well, not Laquel London, he's been around for a while.
Yeah, I
But
think he's
Timmy
still on
Horn is
the second.
only in his second year. So
Yeah.
take one
And I'm
Graham who can
still trying
also
to figure out what's going on with Timmy Horn, man, because like he's a big body, and I just
hey
don't know what's going on. If he just not putting it all together with his motor
bro.
and mental, or what? But
Yeah,
man,
I mean, it's got to be that he's not picking up the playbook. It got to be
got
something
to be
that they
something
don't
like
see,
that.
because how do you go from starting 5 games to barely getting playing time? It just doesn't make sense. So as I look at it, it's got to be something going on that they see that they don't like for him to stay on the field. Because you talk about a guy, I seen this guy at training camp. Dude is built like a house. He's about
Right.
6 foot 4.5. About I think they have him listed at 305, but trust me, he's way bigger than that. That they being generous with that 305. So I just don't get it because he's one of those. You talk about space eaters, big as he is, I could see him being that. But Christian
Right.
Barmore and Devin Gotcho, I just like those 2 guys out of New England. And like I said, we know Bill Belichick make trades with the Falcons. That's what we got John Smith from. So
Yeah.
why not hit the well again and maybe get one of those
Let's
guys for
let's
maybe
see
a
what we
fourth
can
round
get.
pick. Right.
Let's see what we can get, man. But also I know he's a defensive end as well, but we may have to see what Joe Gassiano has as well. You know, he hasn't been
Right.
playing, and he is
Right.
on the roster, so that's another guy that can go along with the Timmy Horns and the Londons and the Grahams and everything like that. All the guys is going to be used. We're going to have all hands on deck to see exactly what we have, like you said, with the combinations and everything. And we definitely have to bring in someone. I believe we have to bring in someone just because this is not a lost season. This season, we're 4-4. Now, unfortunately, it's the same as it was last year. We were 4-4 around about the same time. And we're at the trade deadline again. Now, last year we stayed pat and we didn't move. We didn't make any moves, but I believe part of that was because the salary cap. You know, so our salary
Right.
cap was still kind of trash, and we knew we would have better salary cap this year. Fast forward, we're in a situation to where we just lost our best defensive tackle, our heart and soul of the locker room, and just, work ethic, walking work ethic in Grady
Right.
Jarrett. So we have to bring in something like you say. You have to bring in talent to replace talent, and this is a talented defense anyway. You have to go ahead and sharpen our strength. So I believe, man, we're going to use all these rotational pieces that we already have. I do believe that, but I also see us going to make a move, and Sweat is the ideal move. But I would like to make another small move too for depth at the defensive
Right.
tackle position as well.
Right. And there's going to be some talent out there, man. It's just what the asking price is going to be. Dre Murphy, Joe Gaziano, I just don't think Dave needed him. I think, he's just one of those guys. He was just one of those just in case of emergency type guys. He's been back and forth between the 53-man roster and the practice squad. And that's what he's always been a rotational guy. Even in Los Angeles last year with the Chargers, he was a rotational guy. So I really didn't expect much. But he's about 6'3" or 6'4", about 275, 280. So he does have size, what Ryan Nielsen likes. But trust me, we need a speed rusher. We had one in D'Angelo Malone, but he hasn't progressed either.
That's a
He's
guy.
one of those guys that I was kind of shocked that he's not getting more snaps, because you talk about a guy with Von Miller's speed, not Von Miller's not his production or his talents, but he definitely had that same type of speed that Von Miller has.
Right.
So I don't think he's technically sound, which is another reason why he's not playing. He doesn't have a go-to spin move. So as I look at it, man, $10.2 million in the cap space right now. You got to go to a guy that's on his rookie contract. I hate to say it, but you have to look for somebody that's on a rookie deal, and then going into next year, if you can resign him, you can resign him. So that's what I'm looking at, a guy that's on a rookie deal. And
And
that's why
Sweat.
go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just about to say, and Sweat. I know he's on his 5th-year option as well.
Right.
I think it's about 10 or 11 mil, if I can remember correctly. I don't have it in front of me, but I think it's about 10 or
Actually,
11
I
mil.
think it's let me see right quick. Uh yeah, I think it's around that number, but it could possibly be 14 million, because I think he got a raise for 1 year.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's gonna be a free agent. So I think you jump the gun, you make that deal, and yeah, you go for it, man. You go for it, because one thing we do know, Grady Jarrett time is getting shorter and shorter with each game. So
It
why not
is.
keep bringing on this win now mentality, and just do what you need to do to win games.
No, that's facts, brother. That's definitely facts.
See,
I remember. I want to bring up a name that I know that
oh
you
man,
were sad to see go, and I know you couldn't believe it that he was gone, and now that he's with Washington,
okay.
Abdullah
So
Anderson.
hold on, he's at a,
Well,
he's at yeah. And see, the Falcons got him paid. Montez Sweat is 11.5 this year.
okay, see
So
what I'm saying.
they probably paid half of that salary already. So the Falcons will probably only be on the hook for about $5 or $6 million. Depending on how they
Not
make
bad.
the trade, Washington could pay more of the money off where Atlanta won't have to pay nothing. And I mean, it'll work out for everybody that way.
Right,
So
it would.
yeah, so he He's at 11.5 this year, which is a good little piece of change. But as I look at it, half of that salary is gone. So that 11.5 right now is probably about we threw 8 games. I would say about 6 million, which is very doable for the Falcons. So at the trade deadline, Montez Sweat is definitely something that you have to look at. And there have been rumors the Falcons put a 3rd-round pick on the table. Will Washington bite?
Yeah.
Don't know, because somebody could just like Deshaun Watson. Somebody can come in at the last minute, offer them a 2nd-round pick. And are you willing to give that 2nd-round pick up? I would still say hell yeah, I would, because
I'm giving it up.
I've been looking at the Falcons 2nd-round picks for the last 15 years, and they've been awful. So you go out and get a talent with that 2nd-round pick, and don't forget, if Calvin Ridley signs a new deal with the Jaguars, we have 2 2nd-round picks.
Another 2nd-round pick. Yeah.
So you just got to take that chance.
He's going to sign that deal.
Right.
He's signing that deal. I'm willing it for Calvin and for us, more importantly. Yeah, man. He's going to definitely get that deal. Like I was saying about Abdullah Anderson, man, that was another guy that was a defensive tackle, some depth. We let him walk out the door. We got him paid. And now he's only played about 6 games with the Commanders, and I know he was a healthy scratch last week. So,
right.
I'm just saying, it's just guys that that's out there that possibly may be out there come to trade deadline. You may be able to scoop him up for absolutely nothing, literally, probably like a box of cornflakes and a glass of milk. So we'll see. I mean, it's just, I'm just saying, it's just other things out there, man. It's people out there, man, and we got to make moves. That's pretty much the point that we're making about this whole show. It's guys out there. We don't know what the asking price is, but we know we definitely have to make a move, because this season has to be salvaged. This season is not a losing season. We're at the top of the division. Now, yeah, we could have been further than where we are, but this team right here is not the defense that's holding it back. And it hasn't been the defense that's holding it back. It's been play calling, it's been play making, and so forth and so on. But this defense, we need to keep this defense tight.
You saw it yesterday. The offense put us in a bad position yesterday. Desmond Ritter fumbles. You look at the short fields that Will Levis had. That's probably why he threw 4 touchdowns. Now, one of those touchdowns should have been called back. It was offensive pass interference.
That first one.
But the other 3 were legit. So as I look at it, man, it's also going to be important for this fact that this defense needs a solidified pass rusher, because they're going to have to depend on that when playoff time rolls around. So you got to get somebody that can get out to the quarterback, because it's a must in today's NFL in a passing league. So you got to throw the quarterback off his spot, or you got to knock him down, or you got to hit him for a sack, because, that's just the way you have to be. And with Ryan Nielsen, he's going to definitely go get somebody that fits his system. And as I look at Montez Sweat, and Abe will tell you this. John Abraham will tell you this. That reminds me. He reminds me a lot of John Abraham. 6'6", about 2. I think he's 265, 270. So Montez Sweat, he's one of those nice size defensive men that can come in right away and make an impact. So we'll see, man. But it's
gonna be interesting, man.
Gonna be interesting. But you got time to chill for a minute, because I want to bring a couple of people in and see what they want to see, what they have to say about Grady Jarrett.
Yeah, I got a few minutes, man.
Or possible trade for Montez Sweat. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna drop the link right quick. We're gonna be in probably another 10 minutes, and we're gonna roll. But y'all come in right quick and share y'all thoughts. 2 minutes. 2 minutes is all you get.
This right here is probably going to force Atlanta to just slide Calais on over. Before it wasn't going to happen. We may be forced to slide him over now. So, but that's what we all wanted him anyway. We don't really want him on the end. So we'll see.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy. But
Anthony said he was there. He's seen it all.
Man, I did not see him get hurt. And they didn't even report it till the second quarter that he wasn't coming back in. So,
but we noticed in the first quarter, the whole time we're like, okay, Grady Jarrett, and then I received a notification on my fantasy league that Grady Jarrett, like, he had went in with a little knee or something like that. But from my perspective, I was looking at it like, okay, hopefully it's like how it was with Caleb McGarry against the Houston Texans. Like, he got the little knee stinger, and then he would just like miss the rest of the game. Type thing. Like, don't bring him in. Let's keep him out. You know what I'm saying? Get some ice on that knee. All that good stuff for that. That's what
I'm gonna be real. I thought it was a concussion, because
Oh,
unless he got undercut and we didn't see it. But usually, when you talk about a injury and they don't really talk about it, usually 9 times out of 10 is concussion. But a knee injury, and when they said
yeah.
he went back to the
The locker
back
room.
locker room, I said, "Oh hell, that's bad news all the way right there."
Heck yeah, that's what it really or the tables turned when they said going back to the locker room because
Right,
what McGarry never had to go back to the locker room. He just went to the blue tent and he was in the blue tent the whole time. Came out trying to see what he can do and give it a go, and it was like, nah, don't try to push off that knee. Yeah, when
right,
Grady going back to the locker room, that's different. And
right.
but yeah,
Fogo,
man,
what's up, man?
what is going on?
Oh man.
Turn that music down a little bit. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm already in enough trouble.
Oh my bad, my bad. I'm
Me too.
watching a live stream of my people be playing Madden. But
Okay,
yeah, I turned that down. Yeah, I forgot how them people be. But the news to Grady, man, is of course devastating. Um Especially like we're playing some of the best football on defense that we've played in quite some time. And Grady has definitely been a staple, fifth round pick and came in performing like he's always been a first round pick. So um like you said, when he went back to the locker room when they announced that, I was like, man, this can't be good. Because like you said, if it was just a concussion, go to the blue tent, maybe he's out for that game, the remainder, I would have been fine with that. But the season, that's big.
Yeah,
Um but for the season, that's pretty big. But like you said, a third round pick for Montez Sweat. I'm not sure if Danielle Hunter will still be available. Uh, I don't think not Washington, but I don't think the Minnesota Vikings is going to have a phenomenal season now that Kirk Cousins is. I think he's going to be gone for the year because I
hmm,
think it's 9 times out of 10, almost 100% it's an Achilles, and
yeah,
I think he tore his Achilles,
yep, yep.
yeah,
and
but with the pass rusher, we talk about Danielle Hunter. Danielle Hunter is 30 years old compared
that is
to
true. That is
27
true.
with Montez Sweat, and then even younger, Chase Young at 24.
24.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, so I would
If
go with
if
one of
if
those
I
younger
had
options.
to,
Go ahead.
if I just had to choose, if I had to choose between Montez Sweat or Chase Young and Ryan Nielsen type scheme, I'll go with Montez Sweat because he's more stout against the run.
Right.
Yeah, he it's hard. Listen, I don't know if they just had a beeline on the offense when we played them, but Desmond Ritter could not get outside that man. It's just like he never bit down on a fake. He never even looked at the run.
Smart
Every
football
time
player.
Desmond Ritter rolled out, Montez Sweat was waiting like, okay, come on, I'm waiting on you. Like, and I'm just like, bro, like run a cutback run or something. Like Montez Sweat is not biting down, period. So
Right.
I would much rather, like you said, I definitely think Calvin Ridley is going to sign that deal in Jacksonville. I'm hoping that he do.
Nah, I'm
Um,
willing it for him, brother. I'm willing it.
please sign that. But he's playing good football. So right now he's their true legit number one threat. So I think he's definitely going to sign that deal. If he does, that's another second round pick for us. Um, Give that second round pick for Montez Sweat. And because there's no way. And I tried to get on yesterday, but man, I was so frustrated, man. It's like when the Falcons lose, man, it's just like my whole day be bad. Like I don't want to,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I'll be
Dinner
all
tastes
over, man.
nasty. Dinner tastes nasty.
Yeah, man. And I'm just like, get somebody that runs like a legit, I think 4.5 in the 40, and that can really just get to the quarterback. No way Will Levis should have time to just sit back here and throw for 4 touchdowns. Really it should have been 3 because I didn't think I was going to see another offensive pass interference like the one that I saw in the Super Bowl. But it was
That
it
took
was it was
that
that bad.
that took the cake. That took the
That
cake. That was
what?
worse.
I'm
That was
like, what are
worse.
you? But I wholeheartedly understood AJ Terrell. Because
No.
I wouldn't say he had a bad game against Mike Evans because they was calling a lot of ticky tack stuff. In this
Yeah.
game, it seemed like they weren't calling no ticky tack. Like they just letting these people just play. I know you guarding DeAndre Hopkins, and he's a physical guy. So it's gonna be a lot of hand fighting. Hand fighting is one thing, but pulling and pushing, I'm like, bro, you grabbed the man and just twirled him out of bounds. And the man
Yeah.
got his hands up like, what you want me to do?
But that's the second week in a row that he done got
That's
screwed.
the second week in a row.
Second
Mike
week in a
Evans,
row.
when Mike Evans went out for that touchdown, he chicken winged to get some
He
speed.
chicken
Yeah,
winged
he
him.
definitely
That's a
chicken
great
wing
way
him.
to put
Lean
it.
back into him, the chicken wing.
Yeah,
too.
and my close friend, he's like, bro, that's not a pass interference. I say, so what you call it? I say, so how do you decipher between okay, poor defense and great offense? And I'm just like, bro, that was definitely PI. I'm not trying to take up for AJ Terrell, but
Because
PI.
if AJ Terrell do that to him, it's an incident.
Come on, man.
I'm
And I'm
telling
just like, come on, bro. And they know that. And I'm just like, man, but I think with Grady going down, I think like you just said, we need I don't think we need another interior, but it wouldn't be bad if we did get one.
Nah, we
But
need another interior because the ones we got, I don't
Yeah.
think.
yeah, they ain't working out. It ain't.
Other than Calais Campbell, we don't have another pass rushing defensive tackle.
We don't.
Everybody is run stoppers.
But that's why I was saying I don't think we need another interior because we can't kick Calais Campbell inside. So
yeah, but you
with
got to
Tim-
think that you got to think
Go
you
ahead.
kicking him to the inside, but you still need depth outside of him. So you
That's
gonna
why
have to have depth either way.
That's why I'm saying whatever y'all got to do to get Montez Sweat, get him. I was saying that outside of Montez Sweat, we need him like in like an hour. We need him like now. Like that shouldn't be a no-brainer. If you want Chase Young is playing like his best football since his rookie season before he got hurt.
Right.
So
he
he is playing
very
phenomenal ball. He's playing great. But I'm just saying Montez Sweat is more stout. Now, I think just a pure pass rusher, I think Chase Young is better as a pure straight out pass rusher. But somebody that's more stout against the run, along with rushing, give me Sweat. Give me Montez Sweat. And they got to stop calling these BS talking about holding calls on David Onyemata. That's like the second or the third week in a row. I'm like, what you man want the man to do? They pulling him too. Like, what you want him to do? Like, they pulling him too. Like, yeah, man. And oh my God, this what I meant to say this the last time I was on. Go get another strong safety, man. Please, like, please. I'm so
we knew that
because man, I'm like Richie, I'm pulling for you, my guy. I am.
Really,
but you be so out of position. You miss so many tackles, and it's like you bit on a pump fake that you was already 15 yards deep. You didn't even if you don't bite on that fake. Even if he does throw it to DeAndre Hopkins, you're going to be right there to make the tackle. Right. And I'm just like, bro, it's so bad, man, because the interception, if it weren't for that interception against Tampa, I was ready to bench him then. Like I was already ready to bench him. I can't be no D coordinator, man. You ain't got too many tries with me, bro. Like you finna be on the sideline next to me, man. Like, and I'm just like, okay, start Helms. I think we should do with Richie Grant how the Rams did with Mark Barron. Put him at linebacker. Put him at linebacker. Put him at linebacker. That way you're covering like you're because if he's covering in space, that's fine. I feel he can cover running backs and tight ends unless he just run into a nightmare like Alvin Kamara or somebody. But it won't be that bad. But him trying to cover slot receivers, that's when it gets bad, man. I just be like, you be so out of position. And I'm just like,
he bit on that fake. He bit on that fake, and I didn't understand why.
Why? Like
you see the
man
hard too. Like he was.
You see the man running right at you.
Really going to be.
He's running
right at him.
He's running right at you. The man pump. So you looking at the receiver, or you looking at the quarterback? Because I'm just like.
Yeah,
and DeAndre Hopkins, only thing he did was shuffle his feet. He didn't even look back for the ball, and just ran. I'm like, Richie. I'm like, this man ain't have 3 touchdowns in a game in so long. Why against us? Like,
I'm talking
why
about
against
we
us?
made him look like the old D Hop, like Houston,
The old,
Texas
like
D Hop,
the old 5th year in the league, D Hop, and I'm just like,
catching it
man,
between his legs, and they ain't call it D Hop. Like it
I'm
was,
like,
come on, bro,
why,
you
Richie
can't do that.
dog? Like now on the touchdown to Jesse, on the touchdown on Jesse Bates, he just got outran. Wait, Jesse Bates saying
Jesse
he
got
don't
turned
run no
around.
4.3. Yeah, he got okay,
Yeah,
but
the swing of
I
the
can
hips and
take
everything. Yeah,
I can take one of those from Jesse Bates every now and then. Okay, but
yes.
he does. I know we know Bates gonna make plays. Richie, that ain't you yet, man. That you can't afford it, bro. Like you can't afford that. Yeah,
And it's so bad because Richie had such a great game last week. Got the
that's what I'm
interception,
saying,
had
man. And
good
it's just
coverage,
like,
had good tackles.
He
He
just
was
took 2
everywhere,
steps
man.
back.
And then this game was like his worst game, was one of
yeah.
them, especially
But
with
the
that
thing
double move.
is, you're having more bad outputs than you're having good outputs.
Oh,
And I'm
facts.
just like, man, did we trade the wrong safety? And it's just like, man, like, or
Coming in,
release the wrong safety.
coming into
And
the season, I had Jalen Hawkins and Richie Grant both on the hot seat for this year.
Right,
I
right.
feel
but
like
that
if they
that
didn't do something, both of them would be gone.
that
Hawkins
seat
is
not that that
already
seat not
gone.
got a lot. That seat not got a lot hotter.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I'm
talking
saying.
about that
Hawkins is
that fa-
already
that
gone.
Fahrenheit. That Fahrenheit done got a little hotter, boy. Cause I'm just like, man, Denver, Denver, like I ain't saying they having a fire sale, but at the same time, it's like I know either a Buda Baker, a Justin Simmons, or any top tier strong safety right now in the box strong safety will be better than Richie right now. They'll be better.
Yeah.
Like now when of course we'll have to make a decision when Troy Anderson come back. I think in this defense right here, I felt he would have excelled. I really do. Because he can get to the sideline from sideline to sideline much quicker than Nate Lamon. Now Nate Lamon is playing good football right now.
That's a good
I just
football
feel
player.
like Troy Anderson in this, like, because the offensive lineman is not getting to our linebackers right now. They're not. They're not. We're playing very, very stout against the run. So now he can be free. I felt it Grady
Hey,
along with Troy is bad.
hey, folks, let me get King Richie in right quick. King, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
What you got to say about the Grady Jarrett injury and who you looking at the trade deadline?
Okay. First I want to say
Which
that
one?
Grady Jarrett injury. I'm glad we brought LaKale London up because regardless of what anyone say about him on that D line, that boy he ate these last 2 games.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He ate, like fully ate. I expected it because I seen him preseason. That was like one of my favorites during preseason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he played
Was
pretty good.
London
Yeah.
because matter of fact, him and Horn together in preseason, boy, they were eating on these teams. You might have to bring Horn back up. That might be your,
Yeah.
because see, in my mind, I'm like, well, Washington want to really get rid of both of them. So why not
They
offer
really
like
do.
a third and a 6 or a 7 and
And a
get
third next year.
and the third, yeah, something like that, something manageable where you can, because I'm banking on Calvin really because they don't have
Yeah.
nobody
That's
outside of
I
him.
think that's in the bag. That's in the bag.
That's in the
Yeah.
bag because even though he's not making a lot of plays, they still like him. See, when you
Yeah.
like a player, you're more prone to sign because it's his first year in their offense. They know second year he's gonna be a whole. We know he's gonna be a whole lot better because we've had Calvin Ridley long enough to know that come that
Yeah.
second year in their offense, he's
He
gonna be
shined.
a monster. We just gonna
Right.
keep that real.
What's skipping?
So I would
What's
try to
skipping?
package something to get both of them, Sweat and Young, because
I
we know
would.
you're not gonna get nothing high for Young because he's
No.
injury prone. So you can give up a third and a 6 or a 7th if we haven't already gave up a 6 or a 7, but you can get a third and maybe a 6, a low round pick, because you could take a 4th or 5th and trade back down and pick that same pick right back up.
Yeah, but I
So
think with both of those guys, if you're going after both of those guys, I think the price go up just a little bit
yeah,
because you talking
it
about
probably
two.
will go up just a little bit, but right now with Grady going down, boy, you need both. I'm just gonna keep
Yeah.
that real. As much as I love LaKale London, you still need both. Or if you're gonna do it like that, bring Timmy Horn up and get you a true pass rusher. And I'm not saying Chase Young, but give Horn a chance. I mean, he's sitting there. If another team will come snatch Horn ASAP.
Yeah.
Truthfully,
Yeah.
Thank you,
yeah.
Mr. Rusty, on the comment too, because I was just about to get into that. I was gonna be like, well, if we go get both of them, you definitely gonna have
Both
to pay
of them need
both of them.
contracts, right?
both of them gonna need contracts. But the only reason why I think Chase's would be a little bit lower is because this is truthfully your first year, and every other year you've been there, you've been injured, so you can't ask for just too much. Terry Fondo not finna give you too much money. One thing we know about Terry, that's finesse king right there. He gonna put you on a 1 year prove it deal.
Yeah.
So if you can get them somewhere along in that, sort of like how we got Okuda. Now, if you could work something out where you could get both of them and probably get Chase on like that Okuda with that option in that 5th year, or however he worked his magic for that, you can come out with both.
I like it. I do like it.
Because if you
got
look at it from how I'm looking at it, Chase, you ain't played for what, 7 games, my boy. We can't give you too much money, but Terry will bring you in on that 1 year. Now, if you prove to us you can play this 1 year, we may extend you and we may not. But
see, the only problem with that though, King, it's teams that will give Chase Young that money without the prove it deal.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's teams that will go ahead and just say, you ain't got to prove nothing to us. You're having a great year this year, and we're going to go ahead and just, go ahead and roll the dice on you because you're a pass rusher.
But Tip, do you want to be on the contender?
I'm gonna tell you why that's gonna be slim too, because ain't too many teams need a pass rush.
There you go.
Us.
There you go. Yeah.
So if they get Young, it's not gonna be to the end of the season. We trying to make a move right now.
Right now.
You can take that
right
gamble
now
at the end of the season. Now, if you want to take that gamble, Washington, fine.
Right.
But right now, we need both of them. So,
but the only thing that I would have against that is an excellent idea. But you got 2 quarterbacks on the roster right now. You got to pay 2.
That was going to be my next point.
Somebody's going to be the odd man.
Oh, well, you know
AJ Terrell, Jeff Okuda, you still got to pay them.
Sometimes time dictates.
You know exactly what I'm going to say. The odd man going to need to be out, and he needs to sit on the bench another year. I like him. I ain't say get rid of him, but my boy, you need to sit down for you.
Which
you're
one?
Not ready. You're not ready.
Which one?
Ritter. You're not ready.
Ritter.
You're not ready. Now I like you. You showed me
intent. Corners.
Yeah, you got to pay AJ Terrell.
I forgot about that. We do
exactly. That's why I'm saying about these
the thing is,
and Jeff Okuda's playing great. You're going to need.
He playing great. You got to pay. Of course, AJ Terrell. You got to pay him. I don't think you got. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest.
Got to pay him.
I'm
gonna be honest. You see the way Surtain been playing? Devontae Adams had him everywhere but the right spot.
Okuda can't be your number 1.
And you okay? No. You okay? Now listen. Now you can make Okuda your number 1, and you can put D. Alford on the outside, and then Clark Phillips ain't played not 1 snap. If he played a snap, but my thing is right now that you have a strong, solidified secondary. Now you finna break it up because we ain't have a strong secondary in a long time. To me, I think
you gotta look at it too. As Clark Phillips was an insurance policy for one of those guys. We don't know who. AJ Terrell or is
but my thing is, I think you can mask or manufacture pressure as opposed to trying to manufacture coverage.
How about
you
this?
can get a coverage sack.
I agree with
both
you.
Both of them are premium positions.
Both of them are premium. But now we're in a passing league.
So
but see, our secondary,
which one is less than 100%? Which one is closer to 100%? I think that our secondary is closer.
Secondary is
so we need to put resources into our defensive line. We need to So we can take a couple resources from our secondary.
Man, listen.
We can afford to lose some.
Now I will say our secondary is one strong safety away.
There you go. There you go. We are one strong safety away from having.
He didn't bite on just one play. He bit on
no. That was just the worst one. Exactly, bro. Like,
if you notice, Richie Grant took a bad angle, and that's why he.
And I'm just like, bro,
always take bad angles.
Always, bro, and that's so frustrating. 3rd and 16.
You can live with Richie Grant doing that, but can you live with AJ Terrell making any mistakes? Because you're about to pay him premium money. So he has to be a top number 1, no mistake corner.
But the thing is, Najee, there's been games where AJ Terrell don't get no action at all. Like he get
one TD giving up a game. He giving up.
Okay, so now listen now. The one to Mike Evans and the one to DeAndre Hopkins, they could have been OPI, right?
Definitely.
They could have easily been OPI. They could have easily been OPI. And after that, they ain't throw at AJ Terrell really like no more.
And I'm gonna take both of y'all a little further back. He locked up Terry McLaurin.
I'm talking about, listen, when AJ Terrell was smothering McLaurin, then it went to Okudah and it got even worse. Okudah was just making a break before he even come out of his break. I don't know if they were just head to head at Ohio State, but it looked like that paid off. Like, that's why I say you got to pay AJ Terrell and then you pay Okudah. Okudah ain't gonna demand the type of money that AJ Terrell is going to demand.
I'm with you. I don't want to lose AJ Terrell.
I don't want to lose.
You don't have to. No. You don't have to pay AJ Terrell. You don't have to. We can afford to lose AJ Terrell, and we'll be okay.
Boy, we're
gonna be okay as long as we invest in the defensive line. We got to get an edge rusher. We got.
My thing is, if we get Montez Sweat, if we get Montez Sweat, and he's that surefire pass rusher that we've been missing, would you still want to lose out on AJ Terrell?
We could though. You gonna pay both of them 20? You gonna pay both of them 20 a year?
That's why I said, man, you can't fall in love with players. You like them as Falcons, but when it's time to make a move, it's time to make a move, and you can't do nothing about it.
I feel like AJ Terrell. I feel like AJ Terrell has been more beneficial than he's been harmful in our secondary.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Yeah, facts.
And the thing is, I just feel like, okay, with Okudah's injury history, if we lose out on AJ Terrell, now we're gonna be really missing the corner.
Okay, but
we're gonna be really missing the corner.
We still got
we got one good safety. You can't put no S on it. You can't put no S on it. Because Richie, but we can't put an S on it right now.
Then what y'all got to remember is,
looked at it, Richie was right there and took the wrong angle and cut.
That's what I'm saying. It's either you biting
my mind, because if he had, what he did was, soon as
y'all
he cut back, that's when Hopkins rolled into the end zone.
I'm just like, it's if you stay put. That's a kill shot when that man on DeAndre Hopkins' second touchdown.
So that's
a kill shot.
Coach. We can coach that up real quick.
How long?
We can get Richie right, man. I don't know.
I think you're putting hope. I think you're putting hope in Richie, the same hope that I'm putting in I ain't got to put no hope in AJ Terrell. We got to put hope in Richie. You get what I'm saying?
The problem though, fellas, and hear me out. The problem with trying to get rid of Richie Grant, we ain't got nothing better than Richie Grant. You can't just say DeMarco Hellams yet.
At least I know one thing that I do know. DeMarco Hellams ain't taking bad angles. Like coming from Nick Saban,
taking bad angles either.
Which one?
Hawkins, he wasn't taking bad angles. He just used to get beat a lot because they were faster. But as far as his angles was good.
Now, I think Richie
like a better athlete too.
I think so. But at least he was making up for it because he'll get an interception or two. But Richie, boy,
we just ran away from AJ Terrell You know what I'm saying? Now we just on Richie. Like AJ
No,
Terrell is
I've
gonna
been
be
on Richie.
He gonna be
I
the
can't
problem.
listen. Right after I said something about Grady Jarrett, I went straight to Richie. That man be having me so frustrated, bro. That's
like
why
he had a bad game.
I got to have a drink next watching Richie, man.
I
I
mean,
got to, man.
especially if you
I got
playing
to have a drink.
but especially if you playing two safeties over the top. A lot of times Terrell thought he had help and
There
didn't.
you go. Like,
He thought
and
he
that's
had
the
help and he
thing.
didn't.
And he's playing
Two
underneath.
safeties over the
You
top.
can tell that touchdown to Calvin Ridley when we played Jacksonville in London, like, bro, that man looked for sure like he had help over top. It for sure looked like he supposed to have help over top.
That's a possibility.
AJ Terrell ain't gonna blow a coverage like that. He loves to
then
play
when they
man
scored
coverage.
again, you don't remember missed that sack. That's why Terrell didn't know
Richie
that
Grant
Jaguar
missed the
game.
sack. Yes, sir.
He missed the sack, and I'm just like, you don't just take bad angles in coverage. You take bad angles when you blitzing. I'm like, bro,
I'm sad. Yeah, it happened twice. Yeah, it happened.
And I'm like,
what about
I'm
AJ
laughing because I'm
Terrell
seeing
hands?
the same things y'all seeing.
What about his hands though? Like when he gets his hands on the ball, I feel like
thing
he
is,
doesn't intercept the passes. I feel like
I agree. Now I do agree with that. But 4 knockdowns equals a turnover. Richie, you just giving up bombs.
Richie getting one. Richie gonna get you one. He gonna get you one to save the game.
Man, but he got a lucky one that was in double coverage. He got to show me a little more, boy, because Baker just made a terrible throw. Like,
I'm ready to see Hillums at this point to see what he has.
But that was my point about Richie Grant is I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My cousin played for the University of Kentucky when Levis was quarterback. I watched every single game. One thing about Levis, once he get in the right now, they got him while he young in the NFL. But I'm gonna tell you one thing I do know about Levis, that boy got an arm and he is sort of accurate. He just ain't accurate yet because he haven't played in NFL games. But I've watched that boy play for a whole year.
I watched him play quite a bit as well. Because I had a couple friends that played in the SEC, so I watched them as well. And I'm talking about he can throw the ball 60 to 70 yards drifting back, just like on that last touchdown that he threw. Like he threw that drifting back. Well, the third touchdown that he threw over Jesse Bates.
He
was rolling out
on the wheel.
And I'm just like, I'm like, bro. So I'm like, man, they talking about, okay, this should be a for sure win that we playing Minnesota this week, that Kirk Cousins out. I thought we were finna beat these people by 2 touchdowns, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But what I'm saying is, I think that Levis threw a bunch of lollipops, man, to be honest. And
absolutely, man.
Richie Grant was there and made bad plays on the ball while the ball was in the air. Making bad plays on the ball while it's in the air,
but the difference is Levis can read
on the list of problems for our defense.
Nah, but I'm gonna tell you,
a smaller piece
Levis
of the pot in
our defense, bro. You didn't see him. Levis was reading our defense.
He really was. He was.
That man was the center one reading defense. Levis was reading it. He like, oh, right here. So
and it was one time. It was one time that the tight end was wide open.
Yeah.
It was one time, man. The tight end was wide open and he just dropped the ball. And I'm just like, bro, so y'all don't see this man running down the middle of the field?
Yeah, our linebackers.
Luckily, he's dropped
coverage is a problem. Our linebackers.
It's a big problem. It's a big.
And that's why I keep telling people we're missing Troy Anderson. See, I like.
That's what I said, man. That's what I said.
Troy Anderson in coverage,
standing up.
Yes, yeah. He was. Trust me, him in coverage. Now his reading and reacting, his first year, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best because sometimes he'll be a second too late once it comes to reading and reacting. That's why I felt like this year it would have been phenomenal for him. But okay, of course, injuries occur. Now, Smitty and I did say it on one of Smitty Lives that why didn't we go after? Now we let the Giants get Isaiah Simmons. Bro, you mean to tell me we couldn't give these people a 6 or 7 round for Isaiah Simmons? Like, because him in coverage, by him playing in the secondary at Clemson, I felt like him along with Troy Anderson, even if Troy Anderson goes down, now he can fill that void. But man, yeah, our secondary. I mean, our linebackers in coverage right now.
But I'm gonna be
Cringe worthy.
honest, it wouldn't be bad in coverage if Anderson wasn't hurt, because now you can throw some 4-3 at him.
There
See,
you
you
go.
ain't got the
There you go.
linebackers to do that now.
Now
No,
you thinking,
no.
okay, I ain't even think about
Yeah,
that.
Why get
yeah.
rid of Troy Anderson? Now Lamb done stepped up. So next year we already know they going 4-3 and they gonna blitz Anderson a whole
I'm
lot
about to
more.
say, I
That's
A
want
what
whole
Anderson
lot more.
rushing the passer. I want
That's good.
Anderson to go after the passer. That's
We
his
definitely know
calling.
Caden Ellis
To
is
me,
gonna be here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but my thing is, we wouldn't have to blitz Troy Anderson if we just had freaking D line pressure, man. It's
and
it's
there we
just like
go.
I don't know.
There we
I
go.
don't know. Like when y'all boys be watching like the games, man. It's just like I just be looking at our rushers like y'all ain't throwing no moves, like no like at least when the Colts when they had Dwight Freeney, at least he'll throw a spin move in there. Y'all just go straight bull rush, man. This the NFL, bro. Y'all ain't finna be beating these people like
But
that,
you
bro.
know why? Because we got young defensive ends that ain't learned any moves yet. That's
Right.
it.
I'm
Right.
talking
Right.
no, I'm
And
talking
you
about
also got
Bud.
guys
I'm
who get
talking about Bud Dupree.
What
I,
about the
I be looking
philosophy?
at Bud.
The
I be looking
most
at
philosophy of the
Bud.
definitely.
Falcons. We haven't gotten a beefy end, like a real defensive end. Like we go after speed ends since
But
our. I
we
think that
drafted one.
because of our
We
stadium. I
drafted
think it's
one,
because of our
and
stadium. My fault, Smith.
we drafted one, and with Grady going down, you're gonna see more of Zach Harrison. So
Yep.
Yes,
that's
Zach
gonna be the
Harrison.
Yeah.
size we need. But
And I'm
Will, man, what you got to say right quick, man? We got about 4 more minutes, and we're gonna roll.
Yes, sir.
And all I'm saying, man, that was a big blow of Grady Jarrett, man. He was a heart and soul in his defense. Unfortunately, that happened, man. If I'm Terry Fontenot, man, I'm getting sweat, man. Do what you got to do, man, to pay him. I know we can't keep two pass rushes. I know that's good, but we got to kind of win this division. So now we tied up with the Saints, man. So we can't keep playing behind. And Arthur Smith, man, this one I'm gonna say with you, man. Do what's best for the team. Stop being arrogant, trying to think you know everything. You're not fooling nobody. I'm tired of the inconsistent. We need to go ahead and start freeing this cap space next season, fellas, man, because it's about a business league to me, man. It's about business, what you done for me lately, man. And I feel like Dave Ragoon and people in that coaching staff is a problem. It's a problem, man. It is. It truly is, man. And I think Chris Lynch, I think we paid him kind of too early, and I feel like they're not caring enough. It's like when we play, man, it's like we don't do good first half, but in the second half, y'all click. I'm tired of inconsistent. Play for 60 minutes, man. Play for 60 minutes. And these Drew Jarman with these low snaps, man, you got to go, man. You got to go.
We need a center desperately.
I said that,
Like
man.
we
I
need a
don't.
center desperately.
If I'm
But
Terry
the,
Fontenot,
and the crazy thing about it, you got Ben Jones as a free agent who's played in Arthur
Thank
Smith's
you.
system before.
Like
I
that's
don't
what
know
I'm
what he was
saying.
doing.
You can use him at guard. Listen, right now on our offensive line, our Achilles heel is our center
Drew Dog.
and Lord,
right
man, our
tackle.
right tackle.
But
Right
Oh
tackle.
Jesus.
he got a veteran
Jake
on the
is
bench.
suspect now too
Ri-
because he's long in the tooth.
Do you think
Ryan
with a better center, it'll create better offensive line play throughout the
Hell
road?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Possibly,
Listen,
yeah,
Yeah.
because
no,
they're
no,
gonna be
no.
able to call. They're gonna be able to call.
Real quickly. Real quickly. If y'all remember our 2014, our 2015 season, we was having poor center play.
And then
Once
we
we
went and got
got
bro.
Alex Mack,
Alex
once
Mack.
we
our
got
whole
Alex Mack,
offensive line
the
changed.
whole offensive line changed. The
They were
whole line
trash.
changed.
They were trash
Our
before
offensive
him.
line was playing so bad,
We used to
bro.
cry. Matt Ryan was getting smacked.
I'm talking about that man. He was the most hit quarterback in the league that year,
Fact.
man.
That's a fact.
Once we got Alex Mack, that subsided. That
That's a
Because
changed.
fact.
truthfully, a couple of Taylor Heineke problems with scoring was when Drew Dalman threw them low snaps. He got to
Thank
bend
you,
down
man.
and get in
Yeah,
the
Drew
Like,
end zone
what
to
are
Darman was
you
run.
going
doing?
most snaps
Like,
all the game.
come
Yeah,
on, bro.
he
Like,
blowed that up.
and
Yeah,
even though Desmond Ritter got blamed for that second fumble in Tampa, like, no, that's on Drew Dalman, bro. That's clearly on Drew Dalman.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Low
And he
snap.
did the
you
same
snapped
thing
it
this
too
game with
low.
Taylor Heineke. You didn't see how he snapped it. Taylor had to damn near drop
Yeah.
down to get the
I'm
Yeah,
like,
ball
Yeah.
Taylor
back.
bro.
Taylor
That
was
third.
almost taking
Yep.
a
That
knee
third
trying to get some of
13.
them
Yep.
things.
Exactly, man. So you want
That's a
this man to
problem.
look at the pass rush, get the ball right. Come on, bro. Like, bro, listen,
Facts.
that ain't even his worst thing. He be getting bull rushed though. I'm talking about straight push back.
And that's
Like,
why I
He
feel like it
terrified.
don't matter
He
what quarterback
terrified.
we get to. You
He
fix
throwing that
that
ball
center
back. He trying to get that
position.
ball back as quick as he can because he terrified.
yeah, I can agree. Like,
But
they go ahead.
I was finna say, but that's why I feel like it don't matter what quarterback we get. We can have Lamar Jackson back there. That center position ain't correct. That whole offensive line, it's like you supposed to play inside, outside zone, and y'all don't even know where the zone's at the offensive line.
Uh-huh. And I
But
ain't mean to cut y'all off.
Yeah,
Smitty, you said it, man. When Matt
go ahead
Hennessy
and get
went
your last
down,
word.
that was Achilles. That
Go
was
ahead and get your
Achilles,
last
man.
word.
But also, when
Okay.
Matt Hennessy went out for injury reserve early in the season, because he was gonna start over Drew Dorman, but when she got hurt,
I think
he
so.
went out injury reserve. That changed the whole down team, man. When Matt Hennessy got out, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see that. Yep.
Facts.
But
definitely.
hey man, it's been an hour, man. We enjoyed y'all coming through. We gonna try to do this a little bit more often because I like talking in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
Because
that's good.
it fresh on everybody's mind from yesterday. So hey man, thank y'all for stopping in. My boy Chris A1, me
yes,
and him and
sir.
Berto, we gonna be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. To talk the Minnesota Vikings preview. And
Oh
we
yeah.
don't know who might come through. So y'all check us out tomorrow. And for my boy Chris, for everybody on the panel, we're gonna holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.